guys, what is up? My name is Jeracraft and we are finally back. Yes, there I was, minding my own business, hoping to plan a Halloween special. But it is now close to December, so I guess that idea has obviously gone straight out the window. And if you're wondering why I have not posted a video in over a month, the reason for that is because I have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours working on a very special Minecraft project for Dream and Fundy's wedding extravaganza. Yeah, you might have no idea what I'm talking about right now, so I'm going to let the one and only Fundy do some explaining.
Jera, I have a wedding planned, and this wedding isn't just any wedding because it is between me and the legendary one and only Dream. Now, obviously, this means I need the best wedding possible, and our marriage is fully based on Treasure Planet, which means I need the best Treasure Planet world that's ever created, suitable for me and Dream to get married in. So, Jera, I have a job for you.
Okay, now this is going to be quite the challenge. I mean, we have some big brains to impress, which means we're going to need a big brain build. And I don't know about you guys, but this lockdown is driving me crazy, which is why I have turned myself into a plushie so I can still travel all over the world this year. This cute little guy wants to be adopted and he won't be around for long. So make sure you click the link in the description to get yours before they are gone forever. Now then, as for my attempt on this big brain build, seeing as Treasure Planet is entirely based in space, I think the best option for this project would be floating islands. In fact, I spoke to Fundy and we both agreed on a steampunk Treasure Planet space themed build. So what I'm going to do is start experimenting with all sorts of mechanical looking parts to decorate the island. But don't be fooled, this is only going to be the bottom segment, meaning I'm pretty much going to flip this entire island right side up. But to be honest, I don't know why I'm wasting so much time on this, considering the fact no one's really going to see this part of the build. But then again, it is Dream and Fundy's special day, so we're going to make this as perfect as possible. Now, we already have so much empty space to build on. I mean, the island is kinda massive, but if you've been subscribed for a while, you would know for a fact that I like to make my life difficult. Just very difficult. Which is why I've built not one, not two, three, or even four, but 5 massive, fully decorated islands. But seriously, I do think this was worth building, just because you can literally grab an elytra, enjoy the view, fly around straight through giant gears, just like in the movie. Okay, so I think it's about time we get this Treasure Planet theme going, but before that, let's just fix the flat surfaces of the islands and pretty much just change the setting to nighttime. Basically, we're now in space. So why not build the entire Treasure Planet in the background? This was actually so confusing to put together. I mean, we're building diagonal, oval-shaped rings in a game of blocks. At least for me, it was a bit tricky to say the least. But at this point, we have somehow already made it to max build height. So I am kinda concerned, not gonna lie, but we're running out of building space. So I did lower the height of the islands, which at least gives us a better view of Treasure Planet. Now here's the thing, we just can't call this a Treasure Planet Minecraft world without the RLS legacy. And you guys know I do not like building boats, but I do think that this is one of the most important additions to the project. I mean, this ship is seen throughout the entire movie, practically. I knew that this was going to be one of the most difficult builds I've ever attempted, but I guess I was lucky enough that there were plenty of 3D models and references to try and at least help me make this the best replica possible. It took me over 40 hours, and that's without including the failed attempts, but I do think the hard work eventually paid off. I know it's kinda hard to show you the true scale of the ship, but if you do walk across the deck, you can see it's pretty much ginormous. You can actually climb the mast, and it even has those blue flaming engines just like the original. But best of all, you get to fly through space. Yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. I mean, we have 5 huge empty islands to fill. So first of all, let's build a few steampunk-looking bridges to connect all the islands together. In reality, I'm not really too sure how much of this map is actually going to be used in the wedding video, but as long as we have a main wedding hall with some nice flowers, some nice decorations, I feel like a wedding planner. But we should be good to go. At this point, I think we should start building the main city area. But here's the thing, I kind of told Fundy I would have this ready in 1 week. I was wrong. I don't want to be the one to postpone this wedding, but it's already been 9 days and we still have so much empty space to fill. But building the city is taking just way too long. So I did use a few of my recently built designs and just transformed them to better match the steampunk theme. But despite the delay, I really did pour my heart and soul into this project, making sure that every alleyway, every path, building, at least all the exteriors are completely decorated and detailed as much as possible, making sure there's plenty to explore and at least make it seem interesting no matter where you look. But there is one build which I think would make the perfect addition, and this is my observatory. Even though I built it like 3 years ago, I do think it would be ideal for this kind of build. All we have to do is steal it. Yeah, pretty much just take it with us and place it onto one of the smaller islands, which surprisingly does fit quite perfectly. All we have to do is update the design and transform it to better match the rest of the project. I mean, at least we don't have to postpone the wedding an extra week. I've literally just noticed we haven't planted a single tree on this project, but I guess that kind of makes sense considering we're in the middle of space. So I thought, instead of planting trees, why not store them inside a giant dome-shaped greenhouse? I wasn't really certain about this at the beginning, but after placing that wind turbine on top of the greenhouse, for some reason I was kind of convinced. But then again, I know some of you guys are going to mention the fact there's grass and flowers growing all over the place, so that doesn't really make sense. But just so you know, those are space plants. Seriously though, I still think this is a pretty cool idea and it kind of helps fill up some of those empty spaces. Apart from that, if you go inside the greenhouse, it's just a completely different environment compared to the rest of the project. Now guys, we only have one final island before the grand finale. I thought about this for a while and wondered what if I could actually build a replica of the Treasure Planet portal. Now I tried so many different ways of making this portal look as interesting as possible, but it turned out looking absolutely terrible. But then I had this bright idea of using a bit of Photoshop and a pixel converter to try and replicate the exact same portal as the one seen in the movie. And I thought it turned out looking amazing. I mean, you never know, Dream and Fundy might want to take things a step further. They might want to go on a beautiful honeymoon. So I guess now they have a literal Stargate to choose their perfect destination. This whole thing is so ridiculous. Now guys, this next build is literally the most important part of the entire project. It's pretty much where Dream and Fundy will essentially tie the knot. I only wish I built the wedding hall on day 1, just because it's been 20 days straight worth of building and I was honestly just exhausted at this point. I messed up the wedding hall 3 times, practically wasting 10 hours. But despite the exhaustion, I was still extremely determined in finally finishing this build, eventually settling for this absolutely gigantic monument. It's literally almost 200 blocks wide and covers a region of over 3.8 million blocks, which is pretty insane. I also built the ceiling completely out of glass, just because I thought it would make the interior a bit more interesting, just so that everyone can still look out into space while still being inside the wedding hall. Apart from that, I also surrounded the building in this nice reflective glass river just to finally finish decorating all of the building's exterior. And honestly, I just hope this will be enough to impress the almighty big brains. For some reason, I even got into a bit of redstone, which is not something I usually do, so please don't judge my redstone. I know it's an absolute mess. The important thing is that we get this redstone to work. Just a simple continuously changing color beacon. Green for Dream, orange for Fundy, and white, well, I had no idea how else to get this to work. Now, of course, this building has to have an interior, and I don't even know what else to say at this point, apart from the fact this interior became my new home for the next 3 days, making sure that this building was 100% perfect for the wedding. I don't know how many people are actually going to attend the wedding, but as long as we have a couple of benches, some nice decorations, and of course, we need to build a platform where Dream and Fundy can actually get married. But by the way, Dream, Fundy, if you're actually watching, congratulations. I hope you guys enjoy this absolutely crazy Treasure Planet Minecraft world. You know, this wedding, it better have a good after party. Guys, this world will be available on my website once the wedding is over, so make sure you subscribe to Fundy, and if you can, get your hands on one of my plushies. I would really appreciate all the support. I love you guys, stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell 'em